teach a specific target audience. Specific. We want to read. We want to reach people who are less than 22 or 23 years of age. I think what do you say, their psychography, in the sense their attitude, their values, their preferences would be much different from people who are more than 30 or 35 plus or 40 plus. So if you are launching a product, that particular segment, which is less than 22, 23 or 25, then you would you can take up emails and send those, if you can get those emails, because there are plenty of third parties available where these third parties will supply us emails. So if you use them at a very, very fraction of a cost of this mass media, you can reach to them. Of course, whether they will open it and read it, again, is a big question mark. But still, you can use the very cheap, reach them at a very cheap rate. But as you are aware, print and television continues to dominate the advertising industry. But the rising number of internet users is leading to the growth of internet advertising. But print and television, they are mass media. They dominate. They dominate. The internet provides advertisers with the option of controlling their advertising runtime depending on the response. See, if you are using various pop-ups, pop-ins, interstitials, there are various types of advertisements. So it all depends. The sender, the advertiser can control your exposure to those online advertisements. One more other advantage you have is you have social networking sites. The growing traffic on social network sites is attracting advertisers and fueling growth in display, because now we have social networking sites. The social networking sites are also providing platforms for advertisements, to be displayed on them. Advertising on the internet employs a variety of forms. Advertising on internet, variety of forms like banners, pop-ups, pop-ins, interstitials, and many more. The various types of advertisements are specifically meant for development for internet. Like broadcast of print, internet is an advertising medium. Companies and organizations these days are using new media to promote advertisements. As you are aware, because of new media, there is a development of e-commerce platforms. Even e-commerce platforms are also providing opportunity for advertising the products. Next is online gaming. I think they have emerged. They are also designed to promote products and services in what we call advert gaming. Online gaming is also very, very popular. And Herbert in 2005 also notes much effort is being put into marketing, making emerging communication technologies even greater tools of propaganda, mind control, hegemony than anything before. See, now internet also is playing vital role in influencing public opinion. I think you might have heard about Cambridge Analytica episode during Trump's election, where Facebook allowed Cambridge Analytica to harvest the data which is gathered on Facebook, and it has used certain tools to influence Facebook users to vote to Trump. There was a case. On Facebook that it was unethical to harvest the data of the users without their knowledge, because it is intruding to their privacy. It's all a different thing. So internet these days, social networking sites will influence users. So that's why, suppose if you are using Facebook or LinkedIn or you are blogging, you come across many advertisements. Next is you have really simple syndication. You are aware of really simple syndication. If you subscribe to RSS feed, then as soon as if you subscribe to RSS, really simple syndication feed of any website, as soon as information is uploaded to that website, immediately that information link will be sent to your email. Sent to your email. So this allows favorite news, information updates to be delivered to a consumer as soon as they are posted online without consumer having to search for the content. Okay, about the content. As soon as uploaded, it is sent to their emails, and it's also called full media email news and information subscription that enables consumers to sign up for regular updates of news or subjects of interest, like even podcasting. A podcast, as soon as any podcast is uploaded to the podcast website, then you get a really simple syndication feed link to it. Then video on demand, then it also provides videos on demand. They'll be delivered into your, the links will be delivered to your email. Okay. You are aware now, there is a digital divide. The day by day digital divide has coming narrowing down. You are aware in India, before pre 2016, before the arrival of Geo, before arrival of Geo, the cost of 1 GB internet data is to cost 254 rupees. After the advent of internet, Geo, after advent of Geo, for 2016, the price of net has come down because of this. What do you say? The digital divide. What is the digital divide? Access to internet. Access to internet. Um, See, people who have access to internet and people who don't have access to internet. Earlier, the gap used to be very, very large. Now, after advent of 2016 Geo, the gap, many of them have access now. Many of them have access now because it has become cheaper and affordable. It has become cheaper and affordable. As you are now, you might have read, I think, in a communication theories, knowledge gap hypothesis. What is this knowledge gap hypothesis? The knowledge gap hypothesis is people who have access to information will uh, grow very faster if they use the information. People who don't have access may not grow very faster because of advent of Geo in India, especially the net has become very cheaper, and because even Android phones are available now at a very cheaper rate. Because of this, as you are aware, even in villages now people have access to internet and Android phones. Because of that, then digital divide has come down, and the usage of internet has grown. So now, when as you are aware, the market in urban areas is has come to some saturation, but rural market is unexplored. There is huge potential for selling various products, ideas, and services to the rural market. And because of various reasons also, their purchasing capacity is growing day by day. So I think this internet penetration into the rural market has given opportunity for various business establishments to explore rural market also. So this web is doing extraordinary service. And you are aware, I think 90% of the postal pin codes. Now e-commerce companies are supplying their products or services to nearly 90%. I read somewhere in the Business Daily, 90% of the postal pin codes. So that you can understand that now internet penetration has gone deeper into the rural markets, and because of development in the logistics also, these e-commerce companies are available, are able to deliver goods to the people living in remote villages also. So, this has given platform for advertisements also. Now, advertisements can, with the help of internet, it has many advantages when comparing with mass media. So, comparing to mass media. So now, because of internet, now advertisements at a very cheaper rate can reach people even living in remote villages. That's why they are able to avail e-commerce facility. So, and their goods are being delivered because of sophisticated development in logistics. Okay, next. Okay, so advertising, net has provided tremendous opportunity for advertising, which is interactive in nature also. So number of advantages of the internet advertising, as I told you, is very cheaper because of availability of net in remote areas also. Now advertisements can reach them at a very cheaper rate, and they can also be much personalized also. They can be personal in nature, in the sense you can target people whomever you want, and at a very cheaper rate, at a very cheaper rate. Because as you are aware, in villages also, if you I think if you are publishing an advertisement in newspaper, maybe your newspaper might not be living in rural India, or else if you are showing or else if you are advertising on a radio, the possibility, no. But if you are advertising on a television channel, if possibilities, okay, if they have television, they will be watching it. But people who are educated, who are using Android phones, these days, younger generation, irrespective of the literacy level, they are using Android phones. So they can be targeted. They can, most of them use the largest OTT platform in the world, it is YouTube. I think the largest OTT platform in the world is YouTube. And you see nowadays, many business organizations are advertising on YouTube. So, and many of the people, irrespective of their literacy level, their financial capacity, etc., purchasing capacity, most of them who are owning an Android phone, these irrespective of the literacy level and their financial purchasing capacity, they are using YouTube, and they can, and commercials can be get exposure. Commercials can get exposure on YouTube when they are watching YouTube content. YouTube content. Now, and you are aware, because of powerful algorithms, because of development of powerful algorithms, the internet users' behavior will also be known to the business groups. So you are watched on internet. Your behavior is watched on internet because of powerful algorithm. So advertisements can be shown to you depending upon the algorithms will study your psychology, they'll study your demographic details, that is your age, gender, income, education level, psychography details, your attitude, behavior preferences, etc. Geography, where you are staying, where you are living, where you are getting access, of internet. So all this will be known because of powerful algorithms. Based on that, your behavioral history, the advertisements can be shown to the consumers. It is not possible. It is not possible in mass media. They cannot be so specific. They cannot be so precise. But internet usage, this platform can provide, can target the market specifically, precisely. So that is, first is target marketing. There's many advantages. We'll discuss the advantages of internet advertising. The first one is target marketing. A major advantage of web is the ability to target very specific groups of individuals. Major advantage of web is the ability to target very specific group of individuals, the minimum of waste coverage. As you are aware, I think you are aware, a very famous one businessman in US once gave an interview to a media person about his business. The interviewer asked about, because this businessman advertises heavily, so he asked, what about your advertising? You do a lot of advertising, and you think that advertisements are effective in bringing consumers? The businessman said that I know only half of the advertisement brings consumers to me, but other, I don't know which half brings advertisements to to his business. So he was not sure. What he meant is that advertisements are essential, but he is not sure of how far which half is very effective in bringing advertisements. So there is wastage in mass when you use mass media platforms. There is wastage because you don't know where your consumer is. You are blindly targeting at a large number of people. So if you are using a radio, it's a mass media. If you are using a newspaper, it's a mass media platform. We don't know. You are targeting at large number of people. Even television channel also, large number of people. So we don't know where your customer is, but you are targeting at a large number of people. So there's a wastage of money, time involved. But in the this internet, as I told you, you can be very specific, who be depending upon their demographic, geographical details, because powerful algorithms will read your behavior on the web, and based on that your behavior, browsing history, your advertisements can be targeted. So the wastage would be less. Okay, for those in business to business market, internet resembles a combination of trade magazine and trade show, as only most interested in the product and services a site has to offer will visit the site. So, and one more thing is that this target marketing, it can be most how do you say, personalized. It can be more personalized, so that advertisement can be tailor-made depending upon the consumer's demography, psychography, and geography. So specifically, you can target the market. At the same time, when you target it, at the same time, even the consumers can also respond. If Amazon, Flipkart is or Snapdeal is giving advertisements, then based on behavior of the consumer on the web, then they also can come visit these specific websites, e-commerce websites, and they want to buy some products, services, or whatever they are. They can directly buy. They can buy from those sites. It's very easy because they can targeting is easy. At the same time, response from the consumers also can easily access internet. Okay. Next is message tailoring. As I told you, you can tailor the message based on the behavior of the consumer on the web. You know whom you are targeting. So as a result of precise targeting, message can be designed to appeal to the specific needs and wants of the target audience. The interactive capabilities of the net makes it possible to carry on one-to-one marketing with increased success in both the business and consumer market. As I told you, it is easy. Message. When you know about your target consumer, then based on the demography, geography, and psychography, you can develop a advertisement and send it through internet. The various platforms available, you send to them, and they will also respond very fast. As interactive in nature, they can also come back to your site and explore their interest. Next is internet has interactive capabilities. What is capability? Internet is interactive, so it provides strong potential for increasing consumer involvement and satisfaction. So almost immediate feedback for buyers and sellers. As you are aware, because of interactive in nature, consumers would like to when they interact with the business organization, and there is a consumer involvement and satisfaction. If you buy on e-commerce websites, they also ask for your website. Sorry, they ask for your response also. Whether you're satisfied, they ask for a feedback, whether you're satisfied or not. Or else, for instance, some time back, one of my friend planned to buy a cycle for his kid. So he went onto the net and browsed what are the stores close to his house, the stores which sell small cycles to the kids. So immediately many of them popped up, and there are also phone numbers and addresses. So he called over the phone and inquired them, and after inquiry, then he wanted certain brand, and he wanted certain type of bicycle for his kid. So he interacted with the person, and he visited it and he bought. So that internet can provide a very cheaper rate. very cheaper. That's why many of these business establishments these days now are putting their addresses and their products, etc., on the net, so that whoever browses it, they'll get access and they can also interact with the seller, and if they're happy, they'll go and visit and buy and buy. And you can also get. They also ask for your feedback. You can also rate them on 5 stars or 10 stars. Whatever they're given, if they're satisfied, you can give a rating. If they're satisfied, you can give your rating. Next is information access. This is one of the greatest advantage of internet is availability of information source. Internet gives plenty of information on the search you want to make. So you have a search engine like Google or Yahoo or what MSN, etc., etc. You can get plenty of information on the product, goods, or ideas which you would like to buy. Or else you can also visit sites. You can also contact them. They sometimes give phone numbers. Then sometimes they give toll-free numbers. They also give emails. Sometimes they have chat boxes, chatbot. What is it? Chatbots, so that you can chat with them. So you have interactive in nature. So you can have a free interaction, get clarification. Then if you want to buy it, so that's why if you're advertising on the net, these are all facilities you get. But if it's a mass media, no, you don't even know. You just spend huge money in executing an ad campaign, and you have to wait for the customers to come to your showroom and buy. So it's very difficult. So when they are coming, what would be the response, etc., etc. But online, they can also get a lot of information, compare the products where the price is less. They can also get know about specifications. They can also get some links to get some clarification on the products of their purchase, etc., etc. It's all possible on internet. Okay. Then another advantage you have is creativity, because if your website is very creative, it will attract. One more, many consumer will visit the website. The same, it should be consumer friendly. I've seen certain websites which are not very creative and not even consumer friendly. It should be very easily to search or browse your website. If you are very easy, your website is designed in such a way that it's very easy to browse, then consumers would visit your website. Suppose you have Ola, you have some sites wherein you can visit the websites and book a vehicle for traveling, car or a two-wheeler or whatever they are. So it's very easily for navigation. If the consumer can easily navigate your website and you have done very creatively, I think the more number of times people would visit your website. It could be Zomato, Swiggy, or whatever they are, any website. They can creatively done, and the navigation can be user friendly, so that you can have repeat visits. So advertisements, if they are done on these websites, you will know about the products, services available to that particular business organization. Next is exposure. For many smaller companies with limited budgets, the World Wide Web enables them to gain exposure to potential customers that heretofore would have been impossible. For a fraction of the investment, it would be required using traditional media. Companies can gain national, even international exposure in a timely manner. As I told, it's very cheap. This internet advertising is very cheap. New media advertising is very cheap. So even a small business organizations with their limited budgets can have business. That's what, as I told you, one of my friends wanted to buy a cycle. So instead of going for e-commerce website, because e-commerce website we cannot physically see the product unless it arrives. So small business establishment which sell the cycles, they don't have much budget for advertising. So they made their details available on the net. So through browsing, they could know it, at a very cheaper rate. They have posted their information on the net, and the buyers can visit it and inquire, get the details, then visit their shop physically and see the goods and buy. So this is exposure also with a limited budget. This is possible. Otherwise, if they had to advertise on print media or else, on social media, I think, sorry, not social media, print media or radio or cinema or television channel, it's very expensive, and the small business establishments cannot do it, and even if they do it, it's very expensive, and because all business establishments, what do they look at is the investment they're doing on promotion. They should also get business much more than the investment they're doing on promotion. Then only they'll be very satisfied. But they are investing and they don't get business, I think they'll be disappointed. But internet, at a very, very cheaper cost, provides that platform opportunities for many business establishments. The speed. For those requesting information on a company, its products, or its services offerings, the internet gives quickest means of acquiring information. Yes, because if you put a question or put such in a search engine, you will immediately get pop-ups, and you get information on whatever you are searching for. So that is advantage. Next, there are disadvantages also. Then first disadvantage with the internet is measurement problem. See, measurement problem, because when you do an advertisement, you should be able to measure, in the sense that you have invested some money on that, and how many consumers visited your business establishment have purchased. Any advertisement should generate business, even if it looks aesthetically good, or the commercial, if you listen, is very, very impressive. That doesn't count in advertising. Advertising, what counts is the advertisement should bring business. It should generate profit for the business establishment. Then only you can say that that particular advertisement is successful. Otherwise, how great the advertisement might be, how much it impresses, brings awareness. No, that's not the objective of most of the advertisements. They have to generate business for the business organization. They should get more returns than the money invested on advertising. Then you have measurement problems. The disadvantages of internet advertising. One of the greatest disadvantages of internet is the lack of reliability of the research numbers generated. So lack of reliability of research numbers generated. A quick review of forecasts, audience profiles, other statistics offered by research providers to demonstrate great deal of variance, leading to serious lack of validity and reliability. One of the industry's largest and most cited trade publications has written exposure of heavily cited internet research company, referring to its numbers it provides as scary. Others have stressed concerns of the fact that most sites figures are not audited. A recent action taken by the IAB. Okay, see what disadvantage of this advertising is, that how many of them have seen your advertisement. So can be known, of course, how many of them have seen can be known through online advertising, but how much money it has generated, that will be not known, cannot be easily guessed by the business establishment. Sometimes there are web snarls in the sense they may be because of poor internet speed also. Sometimes downloading will take long time. So when there are more number of users, time increases. Some sites may become inaccessible. Sometimes you might be knowing during this festival, during this Great Indian Festival and this type of festivals. I think sometimes when e-commerce website giants like Amazon has collapsed for some time, Flipkart has collapsed sometime because of huge traffic to those websites. So what happens? The servers collapse. So this problem you have for many users who expect it is a major disadvantage. Broadband is used to reduce this problem. So strong broadband with great speed is used. So sometimes web snarls would be there. Next is clutter. As you have more number of ads proliferating, more number of ads are given, or more number of ads are given, because of more number of ads are shown on these media platforms. More number of ads. What happens? They get cluttered. Sometimes you, because of too many ads, they compete for your attention, and you might sometimes notice them or you may not notice them. Or sometimes because of too many ads, too, you get irritated. This happens because when you're watching a television channel, I see some programs on television channel. Therefore, every 10 minutes you have few advertisements. I get very irritated. When on YouTube, when I watch some good content, then you have this ads popping up. Ads popping up. Of course, if you subscribe for no ads, that's a different matter. But it costs for a viewer. So if you say okay, ads are okay, then every 10 minutes you have these ads popping up. So what else? You get irritated. Usually consumers don't, they skip the ad. Don't pay much attention because they're interested in the content, not the ad. So when these ads intrude, what do they do? They skip that. So because of too many ads, if as they're very cheap, uh, there are too many ads are shown on these programs, people get irritated and they would not notice those advertisements. This problem you have. So many times I spent some time every day on YouTube listening to watching the content. So whenever the ads pop up, I don't look at those ads. I just use a while till skip ad that button emerges. As soon as it pops up, I just press skip ad. So I don't even notice it. So because of clutter, too many ads, you feel very disgusting. Next is potential for deception. A web center for media education has referred to the web as a web of deceit in regard to attempts of advertisers to get target children with subtle advertising messages. So this is a media organization which is do research. So they subtly target children. Subtly they target children by giving advertisements. So it's called potential deception. I think these days because of pandemic also, you might have seen children spend using their parents' mobile phone and watching content on YouTube. Watching content on YouTube, and most of the kids these days have their own what is the channels, YouTube channels. These kids, they are shooting some uh, content on the help of the mobile phones and uploading to the channels. And daily, every morning or every evening, they discuss about how many views have they got, how many subscribers have they got. So when they are doing all this, because the kids are spending time on YouTube, what happens is it is a web of this in the sense slowly these business organizations are subtly targeting the children with what do you say with content. They target the children. So that's why the Center for Media Education also has asked the government to regulate the internet. Uh, because as you are aware, data is collected without the consumer's knowledge and permission. I think I have shared an example of Cambridge Analytica, where it has harvested users' data which was available on Facebook and used in US presidential elections. It tries to influence because they have generated some powerful algorithms, and because of the algorithms, they try to influence the voters, American voters. So there's a big ethical question, and you are aware, even the Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg deposited in the American Congress and showed that without the because it is intruding into the privacy of the users. So without the knowledge of the consumers, you are not supposed to collect the data. There's knowledge and permission. The hackers also get in. So there are a lot of problems. Internet is also web of deception because sometimes nowadays you're also they talk about Pegasus getting into phones and tapping the phones of some people without their knowledge. So this web also is a web of deception, and it is also a web of deception. Without your knowledge, they can sometimes control your mobile phone or your internet behavior, your behavior on the net, etc. Next is privacy. Like their direct marketing counterparts, internet marketers must be careful not to impinge upon the privacy of the users. Very, very important, right to privacy. I think there's a law also might be coming up in Indian Parliament also. But whoever you are using, the business establishments should also be careful that they should follow ethics. They should respect right to privacy. Should respect right to privacy. They should not intrude into the internet users and take their data without their knowledge. Without their knowledge. That's why there is huge hue and cry when WhatsApp also said that it will make available the information of the users of WhatsApp on Facebook some time back, and there was a huge hue and cry because it was intruding the right to privacy of the users, etc., etc. Then now later on, WhatsApp apologized and gave full pay statements on business daily saying that to respect the privacy of its users. So, right to privacy is very important. But internet nowadays, there is no right to privacy. It is intruding because many people who are using Facebook or LinkedIn or blogging, their users' data is harvested by certain hackers, etc., etc. So they're intruding the privacy. It become even dangerous. Limited production quality. Although it is improving net advertising, it does not offer the capability of many competitive media from a production standpoint. While the advent of advanced technologies, rich media is not in the gap, net still lags behind some traditional media in this area. They say that limited production quality of the advertisements on the net, they are lagging much behind when it comparative to, it's a net is an audio visual medium. Also, it could be a visual medium also, but the production quality of advertisements, they say that is much far lower comparative to advertisements which are shown on other media platforms. Poor reach. They say that it is poor reach. While the internet numbers are growing in leaps and bounds, its reach is still far behind that of television. Fine. I don't know how the statistics have come, but I think as on today also, television takes away major source of advertising revenue. It's a very powerful medium. But they say that internet, okay, internet, because as I told you, because of the access problem, only because of Geo, introduction of Geo in the market in the after post 2016, has become very cheap. When Android mobiles also have become very cheap, because usage also has grown. So the reach, when you compare with television channels, they say that it's not so high. There's a disadvantage. Next is email. I think you are aware of email, how it can be used for advertisements, targeting them, say consumer. Email is very, very cheap. They can develop through newsletters or some advertisements also. They can target the consumer very, very scientifically. You may ask me, as I told you, there are certain third-party providers who provide emails. They harvest emails from the web, from various sources, and they'll sell it for people who wanted these emails. That's why you might also come across many emails in your inbox also. Unknowingly, they come from somewhere. You may not knowing it, but you might have subscribed some new newsletter, or you might have put your email address, email ID on somewhere in some website. I think that might have been harvested by somebody and sold to somebody, or found your emails somewhere, and somebody has sent some mail to you. So you can so that email is very, very powerful. You can send or receive advertisements or promotional material in your inbox. I have subscribed to various use personally also. I have subscribed to various newsletters from India and abroad, and I get wonderful promotional material also. Promotional material, of course, I don't use the promotional material, but I have access to various newsletters. I get plenty of information which I need. which I need as an academician. Next is websites. Websites also is a collection of web pages, images, videos, or other digital assets that is hosted on the web server. You are aware about this websites. You have many websites. So on the websites also you come across. You can also create a website. For instance, many of the business organizations nowadays are creating their own websites. This is a website is a simply an information source. It might contain one or thousands of individual web pages. A website can be anything that the author or website owner chooses. So every website has the potential to provide unique and important human knowledge to the world. So websites also provide a potential platform for advertisers, and most of the business organizations these days have their own website, from where you can get plenty of information. And on those websites, they'll also put some advertisements. So when they visit the website, these advertisements also pop up, and you will be exposed to that advertisements. Okay, advertisements. Next, there are various types of websites. There are personal websites, commercial websites, government websites, and non-profit organization websites. There are various websites. Whoever wanted to host a website, they can host a website. Then you have social networking sites. The social networking sites as web-based service that allow individuals to construct a public profile within a bounded system, articulate a list of other users with whom they share a connection. URL transfers a list of connections and those made by others with the system. I don't know what I think you might have understood. The nature and nomenclature of these connections may vary from site to site. Social networking sites is that it is a place where people can use networks of online friends and group membership to keep in touch with their current friends, reconnect with old friends, or create a real life friendship. So these are the social network sites like Facebook does this. Say Facebook or Instagram, I think also does this. Facebook does this. They actually LinkedIn also does, where people can use networks of online friends and group memberships to keep in touch with current friends or reconnect with the old friends or create a real life friendship through similar interests or groups. They establish social relationships. Okay. Advertising on social networking sites or online advertising. Community-based websites, more commonly known as social networking websites, have come to forefront of the online. That social networking advertising is used to describe a form of online advertising. Major benefits of advertising on social networking sites is Facebook, MySpace, Friendster, Bebo, Orkut, and many. Orkut is, I think, no more. I think not more. So direct advertising based on networking of friends is the most effective format for advertising on social networking. So direct advertising. Okay, the group of friends you have, the connections, who are their connections, if they want to advertise, they can advertise targeting those groups. Indirect advertising is an innovative marketing technique in which a company will create a page or a group those users can choose to join. The best user for social networking is not to make money directly of them, but to harness their marketing potential and to use them to market your own business. Usually, generally, what happens in social networking sites is they put their products and they give their address, phone numbers, or email address. So when you see the advertisements, you get it based on the information given. You contact them, and you are interested, you buy. So this social networking sites provides platform for advertisers. If they have a small business, they will put advertisement on. They'll create a page and they'll give access. Whoever wants to join, they can join the page, and if any information is updated, they will receive it. They will receive in their account so that they can read and respond. So this social website, they can advertise, but they don't sell. You have to get in touch with the seller and place an order. So you have to interact with them. Unlike e-commerce website, where you can place an order directly. But in social websites, you have to get in touch with them, but the sellers will place their advertisements. I think when on Instagram also this is the case, even on YouTube also this is the case, even in Facebook also is the case. There are various other platforms also where you can place advertisements. Additional features include music sections, video uploads, groups, and more in the social networking sites. Why social networking sites are used as an advertising tool? There are four main reasons for social networking sites used as advertising tool. Because cost efficiency. They're very cheap. Advertising on social networking sites is relatively cheap compared to other traditional media. It usually has similar or expanded reach at much lower cost. In addition, it is possible for companies to generate free publicity through creative advertising techniques. There have been a number of successful viral marketing campaigns on YouTube and Facebook in recent times. Cost efficiency, as I told you. In YouTube also, you come across people advertise. They put their products on sale. They advertise. So if you press the link which they have given under the advertisement, you can reach out to the seller. This is the way they do it. Even on Facebook also, they place their advertisement. Sometimes they create a web page also. You can join there, and if you press the link given in the Facebook, then you can reach out to the seller. And it's very cheap, cost efficiency, very cheap compared to the mass media. It's very expensive, but you want to advertise on the social networking sites, very cheap. Large reach, as you are aware, on Instagram, on YouTube, you have, I think, large number of people or members of that. So if they browse, if they browse your page, I think your advertisement can reach out to them, and you can also build good relationships. Next is targeted advertising. Advertisers can access to great deal of information about users and their interests, because allows them to customize and target their advertisement to a degree not yet seen any other advertisement. For example, if a user lists pro wrestling and an interest on the Facebook profile, the website's advertising system will generate advertisements based on that particular interest. However, this can raise privacy issues. Of course, targeted advertising is that if you write your interests, when you open an account, they'll ask some personal information. If you place that information, I think the powerful algorithms will read out, and advertisements will be focused to you. This targeted advertising based on the information you have given the Facebook or Instagram or any other social networking site. Time spent online. People are spending increasing amount of time online, especially on social networking websites. The expense of traditional, because these days people are spending more time on so YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, more time. I think the other social media platforms. So targeting them is easy. Reason is that in this video on demand, so whatever you want to watch, you can watch on these social networking sites or social media sites. It's not possible with mass media, because whatever the mass media owners want to show you, they'll show you. If you're interested, you can watch it or read it. Otherwise, you just ignore. But the advantage of the social media is video on demand. The video on demand or podcast or whatever they are, audio on demand. You will have your choice. If you want to watch, you can watch. So your interest will be known, as I told you, with powerful algorithms, and those advertisements will be targeted to you. Facebook is a social networking site. Its revenue is mainly from banner advertisements and referral marketing. So Facebook gets a lot of money from banner advertisements and referral marketing. Another popular advertising method is sponsored stories, where a person's action is turned into an ad. Sponsored stories. This action will be visible to person's friends. Yes, when TikTok also, I think, was similar. This is the social networking site, if I am right. Output, I think, is no more, I think. I think you know about LinkedIn. Its members are the professional directory of individuals and companies. I think it has, I think 85 million. They say it's much more than 100 million. I think LinkedIn is a professional directory, leading online directory of individuals and companies, wherein people put their profiles, and the people who are interested in you, they'll also see your profile, and sometimes they may get in touch with you if they want to employ you or they're interested in your profile. LinkedIn members can search for jobs, join groups, research companies, and network with members of their other networks. So it's a good platform. If you want to advertise, you can also advertise on LinkedIn. So there are various ways you can get connection. A contact network is built up, consists of the direct connections of each of their connections, indirectly or directly. If you have posted there to friends connections also, somebody will connect you. You can upload their resume or design their own profile on LinkedIn and showcase to the community. You can then be used to find jobs, people, and business opportunities recommended by someone in one's contact network. Employers can list jobs and search for potential candidates. Job seekers can review the profile of hiring managers and discover which of their existing contacts can use them. Users can post their own photos and view photos of others to aid in identification. Users can now follow different companies and get notifications about the new joining and offers available. Users can save bookmark jobs that they would like to apply for. A gated access approach where contact with a professional requires either an existing relationship or intervention of a contact of others. It is intended to build trust among the service users. So this is a LinkedIn profile. What can you do? I think you all aware. Most of you might be on LinkedIn. Next is Twitter. You are aware. You tweet day in and day out. That also sometimes provides platform for advertisements. Then you have blogs. I think they are personal blog is an online journal that people use to express their ideas and opinions. Online advertising is possible through blogs by filling it with pay-per-click advertisement or providing affiliate products promotes one product. Sometimes there are these days blogs where multiple people will write on those blogs. Earlier they used to be blog for each person. Now they blog where multiple people can access that blog and they write on the blog, just like a journal of their personal experiences, and that also provides platform for advertisements. It also provides for advertisements. Sometimes they also give links for the products or ideas or the companies or business establishments. So if you use that link, you can reach out to the business establishment which has posted that advertisement on your blog. Because a variety of blogs. Suppose if you're interested in writing about business, you can have write in business, education, or music, or cinema, or whatever you want, traveling. If you have a blog on this, then advertisements pertaining to music will appear in the music blog. There is some you write reviews, then cinema advertisements might come up. For traveling blog, some traveling advertisements come up. So these blogs also provide platform for advertisements. Okay. Have any doubts, please? Have any doubts?
No, sir. Any important questions, sir?
Any important questions? Fine. Okay. Important questions. What do I say? First is I don't know about how can I say. I think sometimes they might ask you on define advertising. Define advertising. What are the functions of advertising? They might ask you. Sometimes they might ask you on types of advertising. What are various types of advertisements you have and the platforms you have. Sometimes models of advertising also. Then I may ask you about advantages and disadvantages of print media as a media vehicle for advertisement. They might ask you about electronic media, that is radio and television. What are the advantages and disadvantages of advertising on radio and television? Next is new media also. They might ask you on new media. What are the advantages? We have discussed now. Disadvantages also. So, so each unit has, I cannot specifically say. It all depends upon the examiner's interest. Examiner's interest. I cannot say. These chapters are important, but what are all the important chapters I have discussed?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.